Let me go back to the puzzle I started with. You have this conversation between two friends. They are talking about three kids. And some of you, those of you who don't know this puzzle, might be a little bit confused what it's all about. But again, when we start our systematic approach, when we ask questions, okay, what kind of variables you are dealing with, what kind of information is presented, suddenly the problem is very easy because we have only three variables. Let's call them X, Y, Z, age of the first son, second son, and third son. And the first hint was very powerful. The product of three numbers is 36, and we deal with integer numbers here, which makes it very, very easy. With minimum effort, you can enumerate all possible solutions. You can say one possibility is 36, 1, 1. The product, of course, is 36. Another, it is 18 to 1, and all the way down to 4, 3, 3. So after the first exchange between two individuals, what are the age of my sons? I don't know, but I can give you a hint. The product is 36. In the head of this mathematician or problem solver, this is the state of the solution. There are 8 possibilities, not less, not more, and one of them is the real solution. So the second hint was a little bit more confusing. The second hint was that the total of number of windows is the same as a number. The total number of their ages is the same as number of windows in the house next to them. We don't know the number, but still we can calculate the totals. And we can see that if the solution is 36, 1, 1, the total would be 38. If solution is 18 to 1, the total would be 21, and so on. And actually, when you look at this table, which is elementary, we are not talking about any rocket science here, just few integers, multiplications and addition, you can actually smell the answer. Because if number of windows in the house, say, was 21, let's say they were next to the building with 21 windows, what this problem solver would reply? He would say, the ages of your sons are 18, 2, and 1, because there is only one combination which corresponds to 21. If the number of windows was 14, the answer of problem solver would be 9, 4, and 1. But what did he say? He said, I don't know, I need more information. Clearly, the number of windows was 13, and he was fishing for additional information to make distinction between 922 and 661. And of course, the final hint was about oldest, not about blue eyes, my oldest. The second solution with total 13, you don't have oldest, you have twins. And yes, I realize that even with twins, you have older twin and younger twin and this and that. It is more joke like a puzzle. But I am trying to illustrate also the process, how you can reason when you solve a constraint problem, and sometimes constraints can lead you into particular quality solution. By the way, from recently I included additional slide in my standard presentation about Saturday and Sundays. And it was very funny occurrence. It was 18 months ago or so. I was providing some general talk on this methodology, puzzle-based learning, and one professor from the audience raised his hand and he said, you know what, this would never work. So I was curious and I asked him, why do you think, it wouldn't work, wouldn't be accepted at universities? And he said, because students are very special type of people, He said, they are after answer. The moment you provide the answer for a problem, they lose interest how to arrive at this answer. And then I came with this puzzle, which just crossed my mind about Saturday and Sundays. The question is, which day of the week, Saturday or Sunday, appears more often as New Year's Day, January 1st. Let's say from today you look forward for 10 million years, 100 million, whatever, and you count the number of Saturdays and you count the number of Sundays which appear as New Year Day. Which of these 2 days will be more frequent? And this professor, I challenged this professor with this puzzle. He said, it is very difficult to answer, and I agree with him. I have to think a little bit about it, but it seems to me that it is sort of random distribution, so in the long run, the frequencies should be very much the same. And I told him, look, the answer is wrong. For some stupid reason, Sundays are much more popular than Saturdays. By the way, I'm not sure you noticed, January 1st, 2012 was Sunday, by the way. But let's assume, this is not important, let's assume that you are a student and I just deliver you the final answer to the problem. Are you happy? Can you leave the room rubbing your hands saying, I know the answer, and you walk away? Not really. You are hooked. Suddenly for the next few hours you would be thinking about that. What's so special about Sundays? Why Sundays are more frequent than Saturdays? And this is really this power of illustrating important concept of building model, optimizing, simulating, whatever you do using very simple puzzles. And let me also encourage you in the following way. Very often all of us are making mistakes, and many slides in my presentations refer to famous mistakes some scientists did in the past. This is one of my absolutely favorite examples. The article was published in August '89 in the Science Times, and one scientist went to Animal Medical Center and he collected records of all cat accidents of one particular type. Cats were actually falling from high level of some apartment buildings, whether it is 13th level or 27th level or the 3rd level. And every case was very well documented with precise minute and day and hour of this accident and circumstances, and everything was beautifully documented. Even the object the cats were falling, whether it was pavement or grass or some bushes and so on. Anyway, he did outstanding analysis and he came with several amazing discoveries. I talk about data mining at this stage. And the most surprising claim he came was the following: the longer the fall, the greater chance of survival. How come? How you can explain this? And you can't argue with data analysis. Everything is very well documented, scientifically analyzed and presented. And for the next 8 to 9 months, other scientists were coming with theory which explained this phenomena. Some explanations were unbelievable, and my favorite explanation was explanation of terminal velocity, meaning the cat is falling from really high level. After a while, it doesn't accelerate any longer. At this stage, it relaxes, spreading arms, and somehow the impact is a little bit better, whatever it may be. Until some article which was published early in 1990, the following year, when one scientist basically wrote 1 or 2 paragraphs of explanation saying that the whole analysis and the whole discussions which follow is absolutely baseless for a very simple reason. We are dealing with outliers here. If cat dies in the accident, there is no need to take the cat to medical center. So these cases are not represented to start with. So the whole analysis goes over the roof. So even scientists are falling in very simple traps, and we should be aware of that.